Good morning, students. In today's video, we will look into few sums from shares and dividend. In the previous video, we saw some sums from this chapter, and today again we will see the other set of sums. Right now this sum, let me read the question. A man invested rupees 45,000 in 15% rupees 100 shares quoted at rupees 125. So in this is his investment, that is 45,000 is his investment, and 15% is the dividend percentage, and rupees 100 it's nothing but face value, and this 125 is the market value. Right? When the market value of these shares rose to rupees 140, he sold some shares, just enough to raise 8,400. Now calculate two subdivisions. Calculate the number of shares he still holds. The next is the dividend due to him on these shares. Okay. So before you start the sum, always you have to read the question, understand, and you have to write what is given. So now in this question, now 45,000 is the investment. So I wrote here under this given data. Now this 15% is a dividend percentage, 100 rupees is face value, and 125 is the market value. Now when the market value of these shares rose to 140. Now when the market value goes up automatically, now he is selling the shares. He is investing this much and he is selling the shares. And now you need to find the number of shares he still holds in his hand, and then the dividend due. Right? Now we will come to the solution part. Right. Now he invested 45,000 in the market. So how many shares he is buying out of that? The total number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share. So investment is 45,000 by market value per share is 125. That is what the market value in the beginning, it is 125. So investment by market value per share, when you substitute you get 360. Now 360 shares now he is having in his hand. Right? Now when the market value rises to 140, when the market value goes up in the market, now he is selling some shares. So how many shares he is selling now? We want to find it out. So number of shares sold is equal to investment. How much he is investing here? 8,400. It's given already there in the question. Right? He sold some shares just enough to raise 8,400. So for this amount only he is investing and buying the shares. So number of shares sold is equal to investment by market value per share. So investment is 8,400 and the market value per share is 140, because the market value has gone up to 140 rupees. So now how many shares he sold? He sold 60 shares. Earlier how many shares he had in his hand? He had 360 shares, and now he sold 60 shares in the market. Now what is the shares he still holds in his hand? The number of shares he still holds is equal to 360 minus 60, that is equal to 300. So he is having, at present he is having 300 shares. He holds 300 shares with him now. Fine. So the first subdivision is over. Now the first subdivision, the number of shares he still holds, we found. It is 300. Now the next question is the dividend due to him on these shares. What is the dividend he received for this 300 shares? That is what we are going to find now. So dividend due is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. The dividend percentage is already given as 15%. Face value is 100 and number of shares, the shares which he has in his hand, he still holds, it is 300. We found. So substitute under this. So calculated, you are getting 4,500. So this 4,500 is his dividend due. That is the income he received for 300 shares. Clear? So now we found the solution for both the subdivisions. I hope you understood the sum. Now we will go to the next sum. Yeah. Now the next question is, a penny pays a dividend of 15% on its 10 rupee shares, from which it deducts tax at the rate of 22%. Find the annual income of the man. He owns 1000 shares of this company. So what is this 1000? Number of shares is 1000. Dividend percentage is also given there, it is 15%. So 15%. Right? And 10 rupee shares. So that 10 rupee share is what? It is face value. Face value is equal to rupees 10. And here they have given the tax rate, as this is the first type we are looking into. The tax rate is given as 22%. So with this we need to find the annual income of the man. Okay, we need to find the annual income. So first we need to find the annual income. Annual income is nothing but the dividend he received from the company. Okay, now we will see. Dividend is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage is given, just substitute. Face value is given, substitute under this. Number of shares is also given, just substitute. Calculate, you get 1500 as his dividend. That is, his income is 1500. Okay, now we found the annual income. And now they gave the tax rate as 22%. So we need to find out what is his tax amount, and then we have to deduct that amount from the income. That is his final income, right? Now tax rate is given as 22% on the income. So you need to find out what is that tax amount. So 22% on income. So 22 by 100 into 1500. So it is 330 rupees. So this is his tax amount. So tax has to be deducted from his income, right? So income after tax deduction is equal to, here 1500 is his income minus, let me close this children, only then you can view it clearly, right? Now income after tax deduction is equal to 1500, that is his dividend, that is his annual income, is his income minus the tax. So it is 1170. It has gone inside, actually 1170, right? Clear? So here first you have to find the income, the dividend he received from the company, and then you should find out what is the tax rate is given. You need to find the tax amount on his income, and then you have to deduct it. That is, you have to reduce, you should subtract the tax amount from the income, and that is his final income. Clear? Right. Now we will go to the next sum. Yeah. Here, a company with 4000 shares of nominal value of rupees 110 declares annual dividend of 15%. Calculate. 3 subdivision is asked here. Now what is this 4000? 4000 is number of shares. Nominal value is given here as 110. Nominal value is what? It is nothing but face value. Already we learned that nominal value, face value, everything gives the same meaning. Right now, so the face value is equal to 110. Now the dividend is 15%. So dividend percentage is equal to 15%. Now what you need to find? You need to find out the total amount of dividend paid by the company. So total dividend you need to find out. I hope you know the formula to find the dividend. And next subdivision is you need to find the annual income of this person who holds 88 shares. Suppose if he is having 88 shares, what is his annual income? His annual dividend. That is next subdivision. And the third subdivision, if he received only 10% on his investment, find the price he paid for each shares. If he received only 10% on his investment, so this is a return percentage, right? If this is his return percentage, find the price he paid for each share. Paid for each share means it is nothing but market value. So you need to find the market value of one share. Now we will come to the first subdivision, the total amount of dividend paid by the company. We will find the dividend. Okay. Now the first subdivision, total dividend is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Dividend percentage is already given here as 15%. Face value is already given as 110, and the number of shares is also given in the question. So just substitute under the formula. It is only simplification. When you simplify, you get 66,000. So this is his total dividend, total income. Clear? Now the first subdivision is over. Now you found the total amount of dividend, right? Now we will come to the second subdivision. The second subdivision is the annual income of Shazrukh, who holds 88 shares. So what is his annual income if he holds 88 shares? Now we will come to the solution part. Income from 88 shares is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. The same formula. So substitute the dividend percentage, face value, number of shares is 88, calculate 1452. So this is the income he get out of 88 shares. Clear? So now we found the answer for the second subdivision also. Now the third one, if he received only 10% on his investment, find the price he paid for each share. So return percentage is given and you need to find the market value of one share, right? Now we will come to the solution part. Right here, his income is 10% on his investment. Then find the market value of one share. So rate of return is equal to income by investment into 100. Okay. So rate of return is 10. 10% is given. So 10 is equal to income. What is his income out of 88 shares? This is his income for 88 shares. So under this you substitute 1452. By investment, it is unknown. This is what we need to find out. Okay, into 100. This investment is the amount the market value of 88 shares. That is what we are going to find out here, and then we need to find out the market value per share. So first we will be finding out the market value of all 88 shares. Therefore now cross multiply and you will be getting the investment is equal to 14,520. Right. Now this is the market value of 88 shares. Okay. Now actual question is you need to find the market value of one share per share. So investment by the number of shares. Investment is what? 14,520 divided by number of shares is 88. When you divide this, you get 165. So this 165 is the market value of one share. Right? Clear? Now we understood how to proceed the sum. We found the answer for all the 3 subdivisions. Clear? I hope you understood this question, and we will go into the next sum. Yeah. Now come to this question. A man invests rupees 10,400 in 6% shares at rupees 104 and again rupees 11,440 in 10.4 percentage shares at rupees 143. How much income would he get in all? See, actually a man, he investing this much in a company which gives 6% dividend, and this 104 is the market value, shares at rupees 104. So 104 is the market value. Here the face value is not given, so we are assuming the face value as 100. So the man, he is investing this much in one company and again 11,440 in another company, in which the company gives 10.4% as the dividend at rupees 143. So this 143 is the market value of the second company. As I told you earlier, the face value is not given, so we are assuming as 100. So now what is the question? How much income would he get in all? Now he has invested in first company and then he invested in the second company. How much income would he get in all? So they are asking what is the total income he is receiving out of both the companies. So you need to find the income from the first company and then income from the second company, and then you need to total up both the incomes. That is what they have asked here. Now I have written here under the given data, the first company, this is the investment, dividend percentage, market value is 104 and face value is 100. This is the data of the first company, given data of the first company. Now come to the second company. Investment is 11,440, dividend percentage is 10.4%, market value is 143 and face value is 100. Now this is the data for the second company. Clear, students? Now we need to find what is his income, that is what is his annual dividend from the first company. Then again you need to find the annual income from the second company, then total income. Right? Now we will come to the solution part. Right? Yeah, here the first company. The first company, as I told you, we need to find the annual income. Now this is a formula to find the annual income. Annual income is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Dividend percentage is given already in the data. So dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Is the number of shares given there in the question? It's not given. So you need to find the number of shares first and then you need to substitute here. Okay. So first thing you need to find the number of shares. So number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share. So how much he is investing in the first company? This much. 10,400. What is the market value per share? It is 104 rupees. So when you divide this, you are getting 100. So number of shares is 100. Now substitute under this. Now we are finding the annual income. Annual income is equal to the formula you know very well. It is dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage is 6%, face value is 100, number of shares is 100. Just substitute, calculate, you get 600. Now what is his annual income from the first company? The annual income from the first company is 600 rupees. Now the same calculations you need to do for the second company also. Now for the second company also you need to find the annual income. So to find the annual income you should be knowing number of shares. So first you need to find the number of shares of the second company. So number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share. So this is the investment he is doing in the second company divided by market value per share is 143. So calculate, you get 80. Now 80 you need to substitute here to find the annual income. Annual income is equal to dividend percentage of face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage is already given as 10.4%, face value is 100, number of shares is 80, substitute, calculate, you get the annual income as 832. Now this is his annual income. Now we found the annual income of the second company. They are asking what is the total income. So first company annual income plus second company annual income together you need to sum up. Now the total income is equal to, this is a first company annual income and this is a second company annual income. You need to total it up and you will get the total annual income. I'll just close here so that you can view the answer. Yeah. The total annual income is equal to the first company income plus second company income is equal to 1432. Clear? So simple question. You just need to understand logically, that's all. Yeah. Now shall we go to the next sum? Example 23. Fine. Now in this question they were asked which is a better investment. 6% rupees 100 shares at rupees 120 or 8% rupees 10 shares at rupees 15. So here this is the data of one company and this is the data of the second company, the other company. Okay. Now the first company the face value is 100 rupees, the market value is 120 and 6% is the dividend percentage, right? And for the next company the face value is 10 rupees, the market value is 15 rupees and the dividend percentage is 8. Out of this two company they are asking which is a better investment. Okay, so you need to find what is your return out of your investment in the first company and what is your return percentage out of the second company. Then comparing both you can find out which is a better investment. The better investment in sense from which company you are getting more return percentage. That is a better investment for you, right? Now this is a given data I have written. I have written as first option, or you can write first company. The face value is 100 rupees, market value is 120 and the dividend percentage is 6%. And the second option is this, face value is given, market value is given, dividend percentage is also given. So from both the options you need to find what is your return percentage. So return percentage is equal to income by investment into 100. This is a formula to find the return percentage. Return percentage or rate of return, everything gives the same meaning, right? Now if you write the while you are substituting the formula, if this is the income, if this is a total income, here you need to find the total, you need to substitute the total investment. But if you substitute the income of per share, here the investment of per share, right? Now here we are substituting only per share. Okay, income is 6% on, you can find the income by this data. Face value is there, and a dividend percentage is also given. So using this data you can find what is the income per share. So 6% on 100, that is the income dividend on one share, right? Divided by investment. Investment is what? The market value per share. So here you are writing the market value per share. What is the market value per share? 120 rupees. So you are substituting that 120 market value per share. So when you simplify this, you get the return percentage as 5. So 5% is your return from the first company, or that is the first option. The same thing you have to do for the second company. So return percentage is equal to, as I told you here, income by investment. Now this is the income, or you can say this is a dividend per share, and this is a market value per share. Just substitute, simplify, you get 5.3%. So 5% is your return from the first company, or you can say first option is 5% and the second option is 5.3%. So which is your better investment? Obviously it is the second option, 5.3. This 5.3 is your return, you are getting more return, right? So now investing in this second option is your choice, it will be your best choice. So second option is a better investment. So to find out which is a better investment, you need to find out what is his return, what is your return percentage from the first company and what is your return percentage from the second company. Compare both, and out of which company you are getting more return, that is your better investment. Right, now we will go to the next sum. Now the next sum here, a man invests rupees 10,080, this is his investment, on 6% rupees 100 shares at rupees 112. Find his annual income. It is quite easy. The first question is very easy. This is his investment, 6% is dividend percentage, 100 rupees is his face value, 112 is a market value. You need to find his annual income, right? And then what happens? When the shares fall to rupees 96, he sells out the shares and invests the proceeds in rupees 10 shares at rupees 8. Find the change in his annual income. Right, now the first time he is investing this much in the market and he is buying some shares, right? And then when the shares fall to rupees 96, when the market value goes down, he is selling out the shares in the market. After selling out the shares, he will get some amount in his hand, right? That is his proceed, sale proceed. That is the meaning of proceeds. He is selling the shares and he is getting some amount in his hand. That is a sale proceed. And then he is investing that proceed and buying the shares, which the face value is 10, the market value is 8. Find the change in his annual income. They are asking what is the change in his annual income, right? First write all the given data here. I have written beginning, this is his investment, 10,080 rupees, dividend percentage is 6%, face value is 100, market value is 112. So out of this you need to find the annual income. And next, now he is selling the shares because the market value goes down. So by the time he is selling the shares, the value of each share is 96. and then that sale proceed he is reinvesting in the market. The face value of that company is 10 rupees, market value is 8, dividend percentage is 10, and you need to find the annual income of this company, and then you need to find the change in income. Right? Understood the question? You need to read the question, understand, only then you will be able to find the correct solution. Now, here you need to find the annual income. Annual income is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. This is a formula to find the annual income. This is the main formula to find the annual income, but in this you need to know what is the shares. It's not given, so you need to find out what is the shares. The number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share. So first substitute and find out how many shares he is buying. So the number of shares is 90. So now you need to find the annual income. Just substitute here. Annual income is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. Here 6% is dividend percentage into 100 into 90. So his annual income is 540 rupees. Okay. Fine. Till this I hope you understood. Now he is investing 10,080 rupees, and then how many shares he is buying? He is buying 90 shares, and his annual income is 540. Right. Till this it is clear. Next, what happens when the market value falls to 96 rupees? When the market value falls to 96 rupees, now he is selling the shares. He is selling all the shares. He is having how many shares? 90 shares he is having in his hand, right? Now he is selling all the 90 shares. What is the market value per share? It is 96. And then after selling, he invests the proceeds in another company. So first we need to find what is the sale proceed. Sale proceed is the market value per share into number of shares. He is selling all his 90 shares, right? That 90 shares, what is the value per share? 96. The market value goes down by the time he is selling all his 90 shares. So 96 into 90, that is 8,640. This is his sale proceed. He is selling all the 90 shares, and what is the amount he has in his hand now after selling 90 shares? 8,640, and now this is his sale proceeds. Now with this amount, what he is doing? He is reinvesting in a company, and you need to find out what is the annual income of that company. So this is a main form to find the annual income. Annual income is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. As I told you earlier, the number of shares is not given because he is reinvesting in the company and he is buying some shares. We need to find out how many shares he is buying. So number of shares is equal to investment by market value per share. So it is 1080 shares. So he is investing the sale proceed and he is buying 1080 shares. And for this 1080 shares, what is his annual income? Annual income is equal to dividend percentage on face value into number of shares. So dividend percentage, that is the second company, dividend percentage is given as 10%. This is a face value, and number of shares is 1080. So substitute here and you will be getting the annual income. So annual income is equal to 540. I believe, let me close this. So annual income is equal to 1080. This is the annual income he is getting from the reinvested company, right? Earlier what was his annual income? First time the annual income is 540. Now actually what is the question? They are asking the change in income, right? Now change in income is equal to, from the second company this is his income minus first company this is his income. So subtract, you are getting 540. It has gone inside, children. Actually the answer is 540. So the change in his annual income is 540. Clear? I hope you understood the question. Thank you children. We will see the remaining sums in the next video class.